Friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, Aero Study Stuff. So, we are back here again with one more interesting topic, that is types of forces of aircraft. So, these four are the forces of aircraft, that is lift, drag, weight, and thrust. In this video, we are going to learn each force about how it's gonna create, how it's gonna control, when this will constant, and when this will change alternatively. So, let's start the video. The first force is lift. So if you see the picture here, the lift force which always act upward direction, it's an upward force which is mostly generated by the wings. So this acts always perpendicular to the flight path, or you can say perpendicular to the relative wing. So you can say it's the opposing force of weight. So pilot can manipulate it based on its required maneuver. So if you consider the situation during cruising mode, lift and weight should be constant, and during climbing the lift is greater than the weight. Or if you consider the descent mode, that is during landing, or if you want to decrease the altitude, then the drag is greater than the lift, sorry, weight is greater than the lift. So the next one is thrust. It's a forward force which is mostly generated by the engines. So this force changes the aircraft state, that is from rest to motion. So mostly this force is controlled by the pilot. So you can say it's the opposing force of drag. So always act horizontally and parallel to the flight path. So even this force can be alternatively changed based on its required maneuver. Suppose considering the aircraft is accelerating, while in acceleration mode, the thrust should be greater than drag. And when it comes to the landing, the drag is greater than the thrust. So this is what about thrust. So the next force is weight. So we can say it's a natural force which is mostly which has impact on every physical object which has mass. So it's an opposing force of lift, which is mostly caused by the Earth's gravity. So always acts perpendicular to the Earth's surface. So the next force is drag. So drag, it's a backward force which always offers resistance to the aircraft flight path, or aircraft, or any not only aircraft, any object which are flying in air. So even this force is controlled by the pilot. So always act horizontally, and this is an opposing force of thrust. So you may ask why we require drag. So whenever it's come to the landing, the thrust should be decreased. In order to decrease the thrust, we should increase the drag. So how we are going to increase, how it's gonna help us while landing. So we all discuss this in our other videos like aerodynamics and high lift devices. So this is for it. Thanks for watching.